Hello friends, welcome to IBPS Guide. I am here with the next set of English questions which are very important for your SBI PO 2019 examination. So let's begin with our lecture. So the direction is in the passage given below there are 10 blanks and every blank has 4 alternative words given in options A, B, C and D. So we have to choose that which pair of word will best suit to the respective blank. So I will show you the first question. So this is the first question. So I have divided this passage into 10 parts so that it will be easy for you to solve all the questions easily. Okay, so like this is the first part. So there is a blank and we have to fill in these words here. So we will fill in here the words which have the same meaning. So in other means we can say we have to fill the synonyms. Okay, so let's begin. As polio eradication slides through the final stretch of a 30-year global campaign to wipe it out, a new worry has emerged, that is, vaccine-derived cases of the dash disease. So now 30-year global campaign, there is a campaign for 30 years and now it has come in its final stretch. So the polio eradication, it is sliding through its final stretch. It is in its final stretch and we will soon wipe it out. But a new worry has emerged. What is worry? The vaccine derived cases of the dash disease. So polio is which type of disease? We have to fill the type of disease here. So let's see the options. Number 1 is crippling and debilitating. So what is the meaning of crippling? Crippling is causing a person to become unable to walk or move properly. When we are not able to move properly or when we are not able to walk properly, that is known as crippling. Next is debilitating. Debilitating is again making someone very weak. किसी को बहुत कमज़ोर बना देना, कमज़ोरी जो हो जाती है उसको हम बोलते हैं debilitating. तो डिजीज कंडीशन हो गई दोनों. सो ये हमारा हो सकता है कि इस टाइप की डिजीज है जो कि क्रिपलिंग है एंड डेबिलिटेटिंग भी है. नेक्स्ट इज इंजरिंग एंड रिवाइविंग. सो इंजरिंग इज टू इंजर समवन, टू हार्म समबडी. So that is injuring, and reviving is restore or give strength to. So they are opposite words. So we can't fill these words in this sentence because they are antonyms. Next is disarming. Disarming is take the weapon or the power to hurt someone away. तो किसी की जो निशस्त्रीकरण हम जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं, so it is disarming, take the weapon away from someone. And alleviating is make less severe. किसी चीज को कम severe बना देना उसको हम बोलते हैं alleviating. It is a verb. So these two also have different meanings. Then next is palliating and laming. Palliating is a verb and it means make less severe with removing the without removing the cause. So when we are making something less severe but now we are not removing the cause, that is known as palliating. And next is laming. Laming is make a person lame, means unable to walk properly. Lame means a person who is unable to walk properly. So जो सही से नहीं चल पा रहा है, अपंग हो गया है, उसको हम बोलते हैं lame. So palliating and lame, they both have different meanings. So the words which have the same meaning are crippling and debilitating, means disability or disable. So these words will fit into this sentence. So our correct answer will be crippling and debilitating. Now let's move to the next one. The next is such cases are extremely rare but are attracting more notice as those caused by the wild virus itself have. So although such cases are very rare but they are attracting more notice as those caused by the wild viral itself have dash. So what should we fill in this? So let's see the meanings of all the words. First is waned. Waned is weak. Okay, कोई चीज कमजोर हो जाना, that is weak. It is verb. Then ascended. Ascended is to increase something or to climb up, that is ascend. Next is withered. Withered is shrunk or wrinkled from age or disease. जब हम age की वजह से, हमारे disease की वजह से wrinkles आ जाते हैं, that is withered. It is an adjective. Next is augmented. Augmented again, it is increased, to increase something. Next is subsided. Subsided is a verb and it means become less severe or become less intense. किसी भी कोई बहुत खतरनाक चीज़ है, कोई बहुत severe चीज़ है, उसे हम थोड़ा सा उसकी intensity को कम कर दें, फिर reduce intensity of something, that is known as subside. Then next is dwindled, boomed. Boomed is again increase something. Then dwindled. Dwindled is again a verb and it means diminish gradually in size, amount or strength. If we are decreasing something in size or in amount or in strength, that is known as dwindled. नेक्स्ट इज अबेटेड. अबेटेड इज बिकम लेस इंटेंस. वही किसी चीज को थोड़ा सा कम इंटेंस कर देना, दैट इज डिमिनिश्ड, अबेटेड. सो here dwindled and abated, they both have the same meaning, means to lessen something or to decreasing something. In this, subsided means decrease something and boomed means increase something. Withered again decreasing and augmented means increase. Waned is decreasing or weak and ascended means stronger or increasing something. So they have opposite meaning. So only these two words have the same meaning. So such cases are extremely rare but are attracting more notice as those caused by the wild virus itself have dwindled or abated. तो ऐसे केसेस बहुत कम है लेकिन वो ज्यादा नोटिस में इसलिए आ रहे हैं क्योंकि जो वाइल्ड वायरस वाले केसेस हैं वो या तो अबेट हो गए हैं या ड्विंडल हो गए हैं, यानी कि कम हो गए हैं. सो दीज टू वर्ड्स विल बी फिटेड इन दिस सेंटेंस. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज in 2017 cases caused by vaccine derived viruses dash for the first time those caused by the wild version. So 2017 में जो केस वैक्सीन डेराइव्ड वायरस से हुए थे वो डैश हो गए पहली बार those caused by the wild version, जो वाइल्ड वर्जन से कॉज हुए थे. सो क्या किया उन्होंने, मतलब ये है कि 2017 में जो केसेस वैक्सीन डेराइव्ड वायरसेस से हुए थे उन्होंने जो वाइल्ड वर्जन वाले केस हुए थे उनको डैश कर लिया. Okay, so the cases caused by vaccine derived viruses has dashed those caused by the wild version for the first time. So the tally for 2018 shows a dramatic swing. What is the meaning of tally? Tally is numbers or current score or amount. So the tally for 2018 it shows a dramatic swing, that is 98 cases of vaccine derived polio, 29 cases of wild version. So wild version cases are less while the vaccine derived polio cases are more in number. Now polio vaccine also come in two forms. The injectable version, it is used in rich countries, contains dead virus and creates antibodies in the blood. So first form is injectable version. It is used in rich countries and this injectable version consists of dead viruses and it creates antibodies in the blood against these viruses. So next वाले में पढ़ेंगे. So पहला हमें देखना है कि 2017 में केसेस ने क्या किया. So first we have to look at the meanings of these sentences. So stroke means to hit hard something, to hit hard someone with something, that is stroked. Then bereaved is deprived of a close relation or friend through their death. यानी कि शोक संतप्त जो होता है, एडजेक्टिव है ये एक. तो जब when we lose someone close to us, then we are bereaved. So we are deprived of a close relation or friend through their death. Next is overtook. Overtook is catch up with and pass while traveling in same direction. Suppose we are traveling in same direction and somebody else is also traveling in same direction. He is ahead of us, he or she, and we go past him and we catch him and we are going, then we catch him and we pass him while traveling. That is overtook. किसी को overtake कर लेना. गाड़ियों से भी हम overtake करते हैं, जैसे हमारी गाड़ी के आगे कोई गाड़ी चल रही है, हमें उससे आगे जाना है तो हम उसको overtake करते हैं. That is overtake. Then next is engulfed. Engulfed is to eat or to swallow something. ठीक है, किसी चीज को पूरी तरीके से निगल लेना, to eat or to swallow something whole, that is known as engulfed. तो हमने उस चीज को उसके ऊपर overpower कर लिया, हमने उसको, we overpowered that thing. Then outdone. Outdone is a verb and it means be superior to in action or performance. किसी चीज से, किसी से हम अगर action या performance में अगर superior हैं, ज्यादा अच्छे हैं, that is outdone. Next is squandered. Squandered is waste something in a reckless or foolish manner. अगर हम reckless या foolish manner में किसी चीज को waste करते हैं, that is squandered, means गंवा देना, हिंदी में जिसको हम गंवा देना बोलते हैं. Then next is divested. Divested is deprive someone of power or rights or possession. If we deprive someone of their power or their rights or their possession, that is known as divested. वापस ले लेना किसी से कोई चीज, जैसे आपको किसी ने कोई पावर दी लेकिन वापस ले ली, that is. Then outstripped. Outstripped is move faster than and overtake. किसी से बहुत तेजी से मूव करना और फिर उसको ओवरटेक कर लेना. So the meaning of overtook is to catch or pass and therefore the meaning of engulfed is also to catch and pass. ठीक है ना, किसी को catch कर लेना, engulf कर लेना, enclose कर लेना अपने में. तो these two words have the same meaning, so they will be suitable for this blank. So in 2017 cases caused by vaccine derived viruses overtook or engulfed those caused by wild version. तो wild version से जो cases हो रहे थे उनको overtake कर लिया vaccine derived cases ने. ठीक है. Now next one is someone vaccinated with it who dash the wild virus is protected from the disease. So someone who is vaccinated with it, means with the injectable version, dash the wild virus is protected from the disease. So someone vaccinated with it who ingests the wild virus, who consumes, who absorb, who grasps. So we will see what word will fit into this. So the meaning of ingest is take into body by swallowing or by absorbing it. किसी चीज को अपनी बॉडी के अंदर लेना, swallow करके या फिर उसको absorb करके. Next is devour. Devour is a verb and it means eat hungrily or quickly. हम बहुत जल्दी खाते हैं कभी कभी, तो उसको हम बोलते हैं devour. Next is consume. कोई चीज consume करना, कोई चीज खाना. Then formulate. Formulate is create और prepare methodically. हम कोई चीज अगर methodically prepare कर रहे हैं उसको हम बोलेंगे formulate. Next is absorb. Absorb is to, obviously absorb का मतलब सबको पता है, to take और absorb मतलब कोई चीज सोखना. Then inhale is to breathe in. अगर हम कोई चीज सांस से ले रहे हैं, that is inhale. Next is grasp. So grasp is seize and hold firmly. किसी को आप बहुत जोर से अगर पकड़ लेते हो तो उसको हम बोलते हैं grasp. And imbibe is again absorb, यानी कि सोखना. So we have the same meaning in these words. Ingest and devours मतलब खाना किसी चीज को, जल्दी जल्दी खाना या खाना किसी चीज को, टेक करना, एब्जॉर्ब करना, that is. So someone vaccinated with it who ingests the wild virus is protected from the disease. तो कोई भी जो इससे वैक्सीनेटेड है और उसने जो है वाइल्ड वायरस खा लिया है, डेवर कर लिया है, तो वो इस डिजीज से प्रोटेक्ट रहेगा. But for several weeks afterwards, the wild virus in that person's gut can be passed on to people who are not dash. But after several weeks, what will happen? The wild virus in that person's gut, it can be passed on to other people, and the quality of those people will be in this one: resistant, susceptible, hermetic, liable. So the disease or the virus, it can be passed to the people who are not dash. So resistant or susceptible. What is the meaning of resistant? Resistant is refusal to accept something, but here resistance will mean when we are protected from the disease, that is resistant. Susceptible. Susceptible is likely or liable to be influenced or harmed by a particular thing. If we are at risk of something, then we are susceptible. यानी कि अति संवेदनशील जिसको हम बोलते हैं, that is susceptible. So when we are likely to be influenced or harmed by a particular thing. So these two have different meanings. Then next is hermetic and liable. Hermetic is complete or airtight or insulated. Again, we are protected with something. Liable is responsible by law or legally answerable, or liable means we are at risk. Okay, we are at risk of something, that is liable. Next is immune. Immune is protected or resistant to a particular function. When we are protected or exempt from obligation or effects of something, that is immune. And unaffected also means the same thing. When we do not get affected by something, or when some disease is not affecting us, then it is unaffected. Next is privileged. Privileged meaning is having special rights or advantages. If we have some advantages over something, that is privileged. And tender means again showing gentleness or showing the susceptibleness. If we are tender to something, if we are very जैसे हम हिंदी में छुई मुई टाइप बोलते हैं, कोमल जो होता है जिसको who are not resistant, who are easily susceptible to anything, that is tender. So the correct word for this blank will be immune and unaffected, because both the words have the same meaning, that is protected or exempted from something. So for several weeks afterwards, the wild virus in that person's gut can be passed on to people who are not immune or who are not unaffected. Matlab who are affected or who are not immune. Okay, so this will be the correct answer for this question. Now next is the oral vaccine, by contrast, contains weakened live virus. So we have talked about two types of vaccines. So first one was injectable. Now second is oral vaccine. So the oral vaccine contains weakened live virus. So in oral vaccine we have live virus. It is not dead virus, but it is weakened. Its virulence has been removed. Now, because the antibodies it creates take up residence in the gut, they battle there with any wild virus a vaccinated person might ingest, making further transmission less likely. Now, the antibodies which these viruses create, they take up their residence in the gut. So, they battle with the wild virus there only. So, there is less incidence of transmission. Now, the oral vaccine is therefore a better option in places, often in poor countries, where wild polio viruses are common and vaccination rates are low. The oral vaccine, it is a better option in poor countries because their wild polio viruses, they are very common in poor countries and vaccination rates are low. तो vaccination rate कम है और polio virus ज़्यादा है, तो हमारी oral vaccine जो है वो poor countries में एक better option है. Moreover, someone vaccinated with the oral vaccine dash the weakened form of virus for a couple of weeks. और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या है कि जो भी इंसान जो है वो ओरल वैक्सीन से अगर वैक्सीनेटेड है तो वो वीकेंड फॉर्म ऑफ वायरस को डैश करेगा कुछ हफ्तों के लिए. तो क्या करेगा? इजैक्यूलेट्स और कंडक्ट्स. इजैक्यूलेट्स मतलब कोई चीज़ निकालना, से समथिंग क्विकली और सडनली, या फिर सीमेन इजेक्ट करना बॉडी से, उसको हम बोलते हैं इजैक्यूलेट्स. नेक्स्ट इज कंडक्ट्स. कंडक्ट्स इज ऑर्गेनाइज एंड कैरी आउट. कोई चीज हम अगर ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं, कैरी आउट कर रहे हैं, दैट इज कंडक्ट्स. नेक्स्ट इज एक्सूड. एक्सूड इज अ वर्ब एंड इट मीन्स डिस्चार्ज स्लोली एंड स्पीडीली. कुछ चीज हम धीरे धीरे अगर डिस्चार्ज कर रहे हैं, दैट इज एक्सूड. Next is retain. Retain is continue to have something. If we are retaining something, that is we are keeping that thing for longer term. Next is garner. Garner is to collect something. And stack is a pile of objects, typically one that is neatly arranged. So it is a pile of something. It is a collection and it is a pile. Next is excrete. Excrete means to remove something from our body or anything else. So to eliminate or to remove something. And evacuate also means to remove from that place and dump it to the other place or make it to the safer place. That is evacuate. So excretes and evacuates both have the same meaning, to eliminate someone or something. So moreover, someone vaccinated with the oral vaccine excretes or evacuates the weakened form of virus for a couple of weeks. Okay. Now, next is anyone who comes into contact with this excreted virus also gains immunity and can pass it on to others who are not immune. Now, anyone who is coming in contact with this excreted virus, he also gains immunity and then he can pass it on to others who are not immune. This immunity can be passed on to others who are not immune. Now, this sort of dash vaccination is a boon. Now, this type of vaccination is a very good thing, but it is good only up to a point. So this sort of dash vaccination. So we have to write here the type of vaccination. So let's get to the meanings of the words. So first is yielding and resolute. So yielding is complying with the request of others. So when you are yielding to the request of others, when you are complying with the request of others, that is yielding. मान लेना किसी की चीज को, किसी की बात को. Next is resolute. Resolute is purposeful or determined. When you are determined to do something, that is resolute. Next is passive. Passive is accepting what happens with or without active response or resistance. So you are accepting what is happening with you and you are not giving any response. That is passive. Apathetic. Apathetic is showing or feeling no interest. When you are showing no interest to anything, that is known as the apathetic, without active response. Next is diligent. Diligent is having or showing care or conscientiousness in one's work, who is hardworking. So that is diligent, who is a hardworking person. Receptive is willing to consider new suggestion. If you are willing to consider new suggestions, then that is receptive. Next is inert. Inert is again lacking the ability or strength. जो अक्रिय है, मतलब जो हो रहा है वो होते रहने दो, हम अपनी तरफ से कुछ नया नहीं करना चाहते. Next is intense. Intense is of extreme force or degree or strength, which is something which is of strength, which is of great degree or which has great force or strength, that is intense. So the two words with the same meaning is passive and apathetic, because passive also means without active response or resistance, and apathetic also means not showing any interest, means you are passive, you are not active. So this sort of passive or apathetic vaccination is a boon. So there are two types of vaccination, active and passive. So this type of vaccination is passive, which we can pass from one to another. Okay. Now, next is, as the weakened virus from the vaccine jumps from one unvaccinated person to another, the chances increase that something will go wrong. Now, as the weakened virus from the vaccine, it jumps from one unvaccinated person to another. So, there are chances that something can go wrong. So, along the way, the virus dash, and after a year or so, can turn into a dash form that dash the wild virus. So what is happening here? So we are talking about negative thing here. So we have to fill in these blanks some negative thing or some dangerous thing which can occur when the vaccine is jumping from one person to another. So first of all, let's consider the meanings of all these words. First is alters. Alters means change in character or composition. So कुछ चेंज आता है अगर किसी में कैरेक्टर में या उसके कॉम्पोजिशन में, दैट इज ऑल्टर्स. नेक्स्ट इज लॉजेस. सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लॉज? लॉज इज टू सबमिट समथिंग. ठीक है, किसी चीज आपने सबमिट कर दी है, दैट इज लॉज. देन नेक्स्ट इज मॉडिफाई. मॉडिफाई अगेन मेक पार्शियल और माइनर चेंजेस टू समथिंग, जिसको हम संशोधन बोलते हैं. तो अगर हम किसी चीज में चेंज ला रहे हैं, दैट इज मॉडिफाई. Linger. Linger is stay in a place longer than necessary because of a reluctance to leave. अगर आप किसी जगह पे ज़्यादा देर तक रह रहे हो, that is lingering, means no change. Next is mutate. Mutate is again change in form or nature, रूप बदलना किसी चीज़ का. It is a verb. Next is transmutes. Transmutes again change in form or nature or substance. कोई भी substance में, कोई form में, कोई nature में change लाना, that is transmutes. Next is hover. Hover is remain in one place in the air. एक ही जगह पे आप हवा में रह रहे हो, that is hover. Prevail is prove more powerful or superior. If you are proving someone that you are more powerful or more superior, then it is prevail. Okay. So the two words which have the same meaning means change is mutates and transmutates. So along the way, the virus mutates or converts or transmutes itself. Okay, so to convert, mutate is to convert or to change. So these two words have the same meaning, so they will get fit in this. So mutates or transmutes, and after a year or so can turn into a dash. So किस चीज में turn हो सकता है वो? Paralyzing. Paralyzing मतलब you all know the meaning of paralyzing, जब हमें लकवा मार जाता है. Then next is appalling. Appalling is an adjective and it means causing shock or which is horrific. जो चीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा horrific है या बहुत ज़्यादा shock में हमें ला देती है, that is appalling. Next is disabling. Disabling मतलब कोई हम disable हो जाते हैं, चल नहीं फिर नहीं सकते या बोल नहीं सकते, that is our disability. Assuaging is make less intense. किसी चीज़ को कम खराब बनाना, that is assuaging. Next is bemusing. Bemusing is to confuse something or puzzle. If you are puzzled about something, that is bemusing. Next is settling. To settle somewhere, you are comfortably settled in your house or settled at your office or workplace, anything. Then disarming. Again, disarming is to take away the weapon from or the power to hurt from someone. Mollifying is to pacify someone. Okay, it is a verb and it means to pacify someone. किसी को शांत कराना. So obviously, if the virus is turning into a negative thing, then it will cause some paralyzing thing. So paralyzing is cause a person or part of body to become partly or completely incapable of movement, and that is the same meaning of appalling. बहुत ऐसी आपकी बुरी हालत कर देंगे, horrific आपकी position हो जाएगी. So these two words have the same meaning, that is, it can turn into a paralyzing or appalling form. Then that form that dash the wild virus. Now what that wild virus से क्या होगा? That form will do what to the wild virus? So it will simulate or contrast. So simulate means imitate the appearance or character if it is same as the appearance or character. Then next is contrast. Contrast is opposite. Then coincide is occur at the same time. कोई भी चीज जब एक टाइम पे होती है, two events occur at the same time, that it is coincidation or coincide. Then avert. Avert is turn away. किसी चीज से आप दूर भाग रहे हो, that is turn away या टाल रहे हो. Then favors. Favor आप किसी को favor कर रहे हो, किसी को जो है support कर रहे हो, that is favor. Then drift. Drift is carried slowly by a current of water or air. अगर कोई चीज जो है हवा या पानी के बहाव के साथ जा रही है, that is drift. Next is resemble. Resemble is if you are similar to someone, that is resemble. And relates also mean that you are similar, having a similar appearance or qualities with someone or something, that is relates. So these two words, resemble and relates, they have the same meaning in all these four options. So what will be the whole sentence? Along the way, the virus mutates or transmutes, and after a year or so can turn into a paralyzing or appalling form that resembles or relates the wild virus. तो टाइम के चलते चलते जो वायरस है वो खुद को चेंज कर लेगा, कन्वर्ट कर लेगा, और 1 साल के अंदर अंदर वो एक पैरालाइजिंग फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, और वो पैरालाइजिंग फॉर्म जो है वो बिल्कुल वाइल्ड वायरस की तरह दिखने लगेगी. ठीक है. So these were the 10 blanks which we have solved today. So I hope आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया होगा. So guys, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. And after subscribing, push the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever we upload a video. For more information, you can visit www.ibpsguide.com. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.